Today we're making my dark chocolate mousse. This is one of my all-time favourite chocolate desserts, and it's super easy to make. It's rich, fluffy, and insanely chocolatey. Here's how we make it. First we need to place 360 grams of chopped dark chocolate into a bowl and set it to one side. Then we're going to make the custard base for our mousse. So we're going to add 350 grams of whole milk into a pan with 25 grams of caster sugar, 15 grams of Dutch processed cocoa powder, a teaspoon of instant coffee, and half a teaspoon of sea salt. We've got 80 grams of egg yolks here as well, and we're going to add the rest of the caster sugar, so 25 grams, into the yolks and then whisk it together. We'll be adding these into the custard shortly. The yolks don't need whisking too much, they just need to be smooth and combined. Next we're going to warm the milk over a low heat until it's steaming hot, whisking to dissolve the sugar, cocoa and coffee. It's important not to let the milk boil though. So after about 3 or 4 minutes the milk will be warm, so then we're going to whisk half of it into the yolks. This is called tempering the yolks and prevents them from scrambling when we cook the custard out. Next we're going to pour the tempered yolks back into the pan of milk. Then we're going to cook the custard out over a low heat, stirring constantly until it reaches a temperature of 82 degrees Celsius or 180 degrees Fahrenheit. I like to start off with a whisk to incorporate the yolks properly and then switch over to a spatula. The custard will only take 3 or 4 minutes to come up to temperature, so it's important to have a temperature probe handy so you don't overcook it. Again, we're looking for a temperature of 82 degrees Celsius or 180 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the temperature that eggs are cooked out at. So once the custard's cooked, we're going to pass it through a sieve into the bowl of chocolate, and then let it stand for 1 minute. Then we're going to stir the mix until it's all melted and smooth. I found that if you use a whisk towards the end, it brings it all together nicely. So your chocolate custard will look something like this, and we're going to set it to one side so that it can cool slightly. Next we need to make a French meringue. For this we're going to add 200 grams of room temperature egg whites into the bowl of a stand mixer with half a teaspoon of cream of tartar. Then we're going to whisk the whites on a medium speed until they've reached soft peaks, which will take 2 to 3 minutes. You also need 90 grams of caster sugar, which we'll be adding in just a second. So once the whites have reached soft peaks, we're going to turn the mixer down slightly, then add the sugar in a spoonful at a time. Make sure to let each spoonful of sugar incorporate fully before adding in more. I find that adding sugar in every 20 seconds or so is best. Once all the sugar's been added in, we're going to turn the mixer back up to a medium speed and then continue whisking until the meringue has reached stiff peaks. This will take another 4 to 5 minutes of whisking. You'll know when the meringue's ready because it will hold its shape when you lift the whisk out. Whilst the meringue is whisking, we're going to add 250 grams of double cream into a separate bowl with a teaspoon of vanilla paste. Then we're going to whisk the cream by hand until it reaches very soft peaks. The aim here is to make the meringue and whipped cream ready at the same time. Make sure to keep an eye on the meringue at the same time though, so it doesn't get over whisked. The reason we're whipping the cream by hand is so it doesn't get over whipped. It needs to be barely holding its shape. So now all of our mousse components are ready, so we've got whipped cream, the chocolate custard and the French meringue. Now it's time to bring it all together. First we're going to add a quarter of the meringue into the chocolate custard and then whisk by hand to combine. This just loosens the custard off, making it easier to fold the rest of the meringue and whipped cream in. Next we're going to add half of the remaining meringue into the chocolate and then use a spatula to fold it in gently. Ideally, we need to keep the number of folds as low as possible to avoid knocking the air out of the meringue. Don't worry about a few streaks of egg white at this point, as it will be incorporated when we fold in the cream. So once the first addition of meringue is pretty much fully combined, we're going to add in the rest of it. Then we just need to fold the rest of the meringue into the mousse. Again, don't worry if you can see a few streaks of meringue, as it will get mixed in the next step. Now that the meringue's been folded in, we're going to add in half of the whipped cream. Then we're going to fold that in the same way as the meringue. Then we add in the rest of the whipped cream and fold again. So at this point you might see a few lumps of cream in the mousse, so what I like to do is switch over to a whisk and then fold in gently, just to disperse the lumps. You need to do this really gently though, so you don't knock the air out of the mousse. So now it's time to transfer the mousse into glasses. All you need to do here is ladle the mousse into the glasses. Or you could use bowls, ramekins, or pretty much whatever you like. The other option is to transfer the mousse into a tub and then we'll scoop it to serve. Whichever one you choose, the mousse needs to set in the fridge for at least 4 hours. Then it's time to serve. So for the mousse in the glass, I'm going to top it with a spoonful of vanilla whipped cream and some macerated strawberries. Plus a good amount of grated dark chocolate. And that's all there is to it. You can see how light and fluffy the texture of the mousse is, but it's still super chocolatey. For the mousse in the tub, I'm going to use a large spoon that's been dipped in warm water to scoop it and then place it into a bowl. Then I like to use the back of the spoon to make a small indent in the top to hold the toppings. For this one, I've gone with some macerated strawberries, a drizzle of olive oil, a pinch of sea salt, and more grated dark chocolate. And that's how you make my dark chocolate mousse. The full written recipe and loads more can be found on my blog, saltbuttersmoke.com. And if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week for another recipe.